An African man whose wife is a Westerner hasn't married yet. He doesn't have a wife yet. Even if he has children, no matter the number of children he has got, he has no wife yet. In quotes, most often relatives, siblings, parents, they expect this man to come back to Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, to pick a wife from Nigeria. This is common among many families in Africa. Should I say in the past? Even currently, as of 2 days ago, somebody mentioned to me, as far as I know, my brother is not married yet. Suddenly, in this context today, a man abandoned his wife and 4 children in the United States of America, back to Nigeria. He took a brand new wife. What has happened? We'll talk about this. Coming back to my intro, when a man is married to a Western lady, some of his family members do not see him as a married man yet. The pressure is high. They keep pressurizing him to come home and pick a wife. A woman that would bear you their own children, a heir apparent, and blah, blah, blah. I think this is because most of these Western ladies do not understand that Africans, the way we practice our extended family is quite different from their kind of nuclear family setting where they know just their immediate family. Unfortunately, or contrary to this opinion, having been living in the Western country, I have seen a lot of Westerners. They have this long lineage of extended family. Grandma, grandpa, great, grand. Hey, my church, we have great, great. And guess what? All of them, they come to this church and they are British family. One of them is also married to our Nigerian man. My Igbo brother is married into this family. So they also maintain this extended family relationship. But to some of them, it is me and my Oga and my children, which is the nuclear family. As a Nigerian wife that I am expected to relate with my sister-in-laws, call them on the phone, write them. It is not compulsory though, but at least from time to time, you write them to say, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Brothers, my husband's brothers. I even relate to the nieces, nephews, and all of that. By so doing, they would know that, yes, their brother has a wife and blah, blah, blah. I think this is the culture, sort of. It is not a laid-down culture. Though some of us would do relate to our sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws, just to pretend. Yeah, we made you to fulfill all righteousness that we are calling. It doesn't come from here. And a white person wouldn't do that, which does not come from here. However, in this very story today about Mr. Ikechukwu, good luck, he's from Ebonyi State, married to a fellow Nigerian woman. Mr. Ikechukwu is a nurse and the wife is also a nurse. They have 4 children together. As at February this year, 2025, Mrs. Nshi, this surname, no, Mrs. Ikechukwu, if you know the meaning of Nshi, it could mean 2 things. Nshi, poison, atipa. Nshi means shit, poop. Sorry, Mrs. Ikechukwu threatened divorce. She went to court in the States to get a divorce letter and blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, that did not work out because they said Mr. Ikechukwu also tried to stop the divorce processes. And then he traveled to Nigeria. Guess what he did? He came home. He went to court in Nigeria, obtained a divorce, blah, 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 because he was just trying to dodge his responsibilities, of caring for his family. When you divorce abroad, you are expected to pay child care, especially in the States, and what goes with divorce, all the protocols of division of property and a whole lot. So he was trying to escape that. He went to Nigeria, filed for a divorce, and then this happened on the 13th of June when he filed for this divorce. And guess what? On the 14th of June, he got married to this lady here. Allegedly. It was stated that the lady he married has been his long-time mistress he met in Nigeria in 2022 when he claimed he traveled for a professional seminar. A nurse practicing in the States now traveled to Nigeria for a professional seminar. Okay, oh, continue. There is God, though. This story did not balance. So he got married to this lady. And guess what? The wife in the States didn't know. He traveled back to meet his family in the United States. And then people started calling. These days, everybody is a journalist because you did a big wedding as this in Nigeria. You cannot tell everybody not to film. People knows. A lot of people know you. They know that you've been married and you have a wife and children. So words got to the wife in the States about the husband getting married when he returned to Nigeria last June. And this man is being accused of bigamy since he has not finalized the divorce processes with the wife in the States. He has already 4 children and even returned to the wife again after the marriage in Nigeria in pretense that there was nothing that happened. Man, some of you would even do something that a woman would give you. They cook for you. It is easy. They have you here. A woman that cooks for you can easily So this couple, Mr. and Mrs. Ikechukwu, the source who gave this story about them claimed that both have been having crisis in their marriage over infidelity, accusing the man, that the wife has been accusing the man over infidelity, neglect, and constantly disregarding his family. This was the reason the woman filed for a divorce in the States, but she didn't get that. The husband stopped that and then came back to Nigeria and did his magic without informing the wife. Do you know the surprising thing about this story? The wife is also a Nigerian. This is uncommon among Nigerians. Just like I stated earlier in the beginning of this video, this is very much unusual of a Nigerian woman and a Nigerian man in marriage abroad, and then the man would go home to take a wife when they already have 4 children. He's not married to an Americana, not even a Western woman, but the same Nigerian woman. And both of them are professionals, So it's not as if somebody back home persuaded him to come and take another woman because he is married to a Western woman. No, far from it. Now, in the other way around, you look at the woman he is married to in Nigeria. My questions are, this man, 2022, long ago. So definitely the woman in his life currently already knew that this man is married with 4 children, not 1, 4 children, not even divorced. Even if you don't know, there is what they call inquiry before marriage. Yes, my brother is about getting married to the love of his life. And guess what? Before you know it, PM, our village structure, my father's house in the village, all of them appeared on our family WhatsApp group. We were like, what happened? He was accusing us, blah, blah, blah. We said, how did this happen? He said, actually, somebody traveled to our village. The wife-to-be is from Anambra. We are from Imo State, although precisely. The father of the bride-to-be traveled from Anambra to our village to go make inquiry. This actually happened during my own time before my marriage. I don't know whom my husband sent or the dad. I will ask him again. They sent somebody. How did I know that somebody came to ask about our family, the background, blah, blah, blah. One of the days we traveled to the village, I was just walking down the, village street. A woman called me, Nebia. I went to her, greeted her. She said some people came to ask after our family, if they are good and blah. That if she was a bad person, she would have said something nasty about our family. Unfortunately, there was nothing nasty to say about my family. I thanked her and hugged her. I said, thank you, ma. I walked away. So inquiry is something that people do. Don't say that you do not know. Let alone a woman that has been a mistress to a man since 2022. Is just like Yule Doche and Judy Austin. Judy in the picture obviously knows that yes, May was already in the picture there, and she has children, and yet she forced herself into this marriage. Look at their life. Beautiful, isn't it? What is more beautiful when people are just blessing you with curses? You put up a post. If 100 people comment on that post, 90, they are all writing against you. What is your happiness? Do you think that Yul is even happy? Talk more of Judy Austin. You know. So I don't know why people like contradiction, why people would see fire and would want to get into it. You know. However, to address something regarding the intro that I put out, I am not advocating that any man that marries to a Western wife, that he is not married yet. Far from it. Love is the same. Feelings are the same. In every society, cheating is abhorred. Yes, it is the same blood that flows in our vein, that flows in the vein of these white ladies. When you marry them, you have married them. In my family, my elder brother that sponsored my school here in the UK years ago, he is married to a Russian. My other brother, my immediate younger brother, is also married to a Chinese lady. The third one is also married to a German lady. And my little, did I call him little? He's a big boy because he has everything anybody can have as a man. You know, my nephew, he is married to a Chinese lady. And guess what? All of them have children. Woe betide me. I woke up tomorrow and say, hey, my brother, come and marry you. You are not married, or you don't have a family, or forget about those foreigners, you are married. I lie. It's the same feelings that we have, that they have. It's the same blood that runs in our vein, that also flow in their own veins. Love is the same. Cheating is cheating everywhere, like I stated. Yes, even people who are in a hide and seek relationship, if they cheat on each other, it becomes a problem. Talk more of those who are already in a marriage relationship, you know. So sometimes I do not understand it, because these days I am beginning to think that something is also wrong with most of our African parents regarding some videos I've been seeing lately on TikTok or social media. You would see a younger man in his 30s or late 20s, you know, would bring home a Western lady in her 50s, 60s, grandma, somebody who is even older than their own mothers, home as in wife. You will see the guy's mom and sibs rejoicing, celebrating, welcoming the white lady. You know, they are so excited, worshiping and adoring their son's wife, a woman who is times two older than this man. We all know the reasons for this, you know, but this is uncultured for us before now. Yes, let the wings swing the other way around. Let it be that this son of theirs, who is about 30 years old, brought home a fellow Nigerian woman who is 50. Even 40, 50 is far. 35, 2 years older than their son. They will begin to scream like a mad person. She will not be able to conceive. She cannot give birth to a child. You cannot marry a garden when you bed. She's old, blah, blah, blah. But these days they celebrate nonsense on social media. Mediocrity, you know, gullibility. Just because of money, paper, you see people losing their culture, losing their rights. They don't have shames anymore. It's quite a pity. Anyway, guys, back to Ikechukwu Goodluck Nshe's case. I don't know what you think, what you make of him abandoning his wife and children in the States and back to Nigeria. Picked a new wife just this very year. You know, somebody said in the comment section that most Nigerian wives living in the States and in the UK, they wouldn't give a man peace of mind. Is that the same thing you are thinking about Ikechukwu's wife, who is also a nurse? I bet you this one he's currently married to could be one village lady, I don't know, who doesn't even understand anything how life is in the Western world. She is just fantasized about the fact that Ikechukwu resides in the States. Maybe she's looking forward to joining him over there. He doesn't know anything about the Western life. This is one thing that happens when those of you in Obodo Yibo returns to Africa to pick somebody. You think that the person knows nothing, and obviously the person doesn't know much, apart from the fact that you live abroad, money falls from the tree, you have a lot of money, blah blah blah. This is what this woman is. Just not all of them in particular, please, because I know some of you now might have somebody in abroad interested in coming to bring you over, marry you. A lot of women are good, in as much as there are bad ones, who do not have proper upbringing. Some women are just good, decent. Yes. No bad market for my fellow ladies, but mostly those in Africa, even men and female alike, a lot of them do not understand a whole lot about relationships, maintaining a home, how the man goes, what the man does, the stress and all of that in the Western country is something that they don't seem to understand until they are here. Well, it's still a man's world. I don't know what you think. Ikechukwu has, can I say he has moved on? He hasn't, because he returned to his family in the States. But what if the wife had succeeded in getting that divorce in February? Do you think with 4 children, that woman would have started a fresh relationship by now? The answer is a big fat no. But Ikechukwu had already gone home, another wife waiting for him, to be warming up his finger once he comes to Nigeria, if he's not planning to bring that one over. Look at May. May is still there. People are just watching. Any man that he puts on his social media space, people would gossip, blogger would carry that she's blah, 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 seeing her, blah. But look at the man in question. They don't hide it. They are busy producing children as if that is all they are in to do. And the other woman is there shouting, Ishimiri Jofo, Ishimiri Nteje, Ishimiri this and that, shamelessly, that is to tell you that it's still the man's world. Unfortunately, this is sad, but it is the reality of the society where we are. But we should also know that karma is something that is very real. Before you take any decision to do anything, consider if somebody, did that to you, would you really be happy with that? Yes. Do to others what you would like others to do unto you. This is how life should be. Guys, it's quite a pity that a lot is happening in marriages among Africans in diaspora. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I am trying my best, sharing some tips as to what we think, what we have seen that may have been the root cause or causes to these discrepancies, marriages tearing apart constantly among many African couples in diaspora. In all, I sincerely pray that we have the grace, to understand each other in a relationship, marriage, tolerance, able to endure certain things, don't always take on everything. I don't understand it. 4 children and this man is off back home, grabbed another wife already. Oh my goodness. I just hope that this one would live forever and ever with him without giving him any stress, if at all the first had given him any stress. Anyway, this is it. Thank you once again for watching. Like my video and keep coming back for more. Bye for now.